For my city of Chicago, which I love very much, I want to offer some access to peace and restoration and heart in what feels like a really difficult time. There was significant looting that occurred in Chicago where many people, hundreds of people, were running through the streets and breaking windows and taking items from stores. And many Chicagoans feel very violated by this, if it was particularly their neighborhood or just that anyone is wanting to commit a harm like that, that is defacing our city, that is taking away from other citizens, that feels harmful. And our typical response to crime is punitive justice. And many people are calling for that. And because I have had a lot of experience in the criminal justice system as a criminal defense lawyer, and I've also in recent years learned of different, better ways of addressing criminal behavior, I'd like to help open all of our hearts and minds to more peaceful resolution, which is what I know I deeply pray for in this city. I don't pray for people to be punished and locked up. I pray for whatever the true root cause of criminal behavior is, that be addressed and we all be healed. It's like sickness, crime. If we just address the symptoms, we don't ever resolve the sickness. Punishing somebody for a crime, locking them up and throwing away the key is just like treating the symptoms, when actually there's a root cause that's deeper, that needs to be addressed. And an alternative way of dealing with crime is about addressing those root causes. And this alternative method is called restorative justice. Isn't that a beautiful word, restorative? It says everything that it's about. In restorative justice, people sit in a circle and come together for a conversation to repair the harm that was done. So imagine here you would have people who committed looting, offenders, people whose stores were broken into, direct victims, and then community members, so maybe other people that lived in that neighborhood. Inside that circle, with the support of a peacekeeper, a facilitator, each person would have a chance to be heard. And right now, a lot of us are in that role of victim or community member. Those voices are really being heard. But there's another set of voices, the offenders, those who are committing the looting. See, in a peace circle, it's about everyone being heard and healed. Peace circles are about a community being healed, because whether you're the victim or the offender of a crime, you deserve to be made whole again. There's an understanding in restorative justice that people commit crime because they're hurting and in pain, because there's resources they need that they don't have. And so in that circle, yes, there's the intention to redress the harm to the victim, but also those in the circle care about the offender and how they are hurting and what they need so that they don't act out in this criminal manner anymore. So in what we've seen in Chicago looting, is this perhaps people acting out because they are in dire poverty and they need resources? See, in a circle, that would be addressed. Or are they activists who are feeling that there are major pains in our city that no one's listening to? In a circle, that would be addressed. It's about a community uniting and coming together. Wouldn't that be beautiful? For our city to unite and come together instead of this us versus them, instead of being disgusted by the behavior of others. See, when we just label and judge, we forget our humanity. Because the truth is, all of us, when we are in pain, act out. We act out in some form or another. We might yell at someone, we might break something, we might, some people kind of do the opposite. They go inward and like close off. But we all act out, and we all have shadow behaviors of greed and righteousness and sloth. It exists in all of us. And so if we just point the finger at those who are the criminals, we forget our humanity. And I know this city, I've lived in it my whole life. We are good people. We are. And so if we just know about this idea of restorative justice, we can start asking our leaders to use those methods. I would love to see our mayor, Lori Lightfoot, bring together looters, shop owners, and other community members in a circle to work this out, to bring peace and to repair the harm, to know the reasons this occurred, to really hear the stories of everybody's pain, everyone, every single different human experience, so that we can heal and get to that root cause of the sickness here of the crime in our city. Then we will have true miracles. I offer a prayer for us, and you may join me. Knowing that God is in everything and is everywhere, and that God created us, and that this God source energy is love and harmony and peace and truth and wisdom, and that we individually and collectively are made of love and peace and harmony and truth and wisdom. We reclaim this truth about ourselves. We know that we are all leaders and we are all humans in this together. We unite in our humanity. We remember that we all experience pain in this human experience, and that we all are healers, to be with our brothers and sisters, to hear their pain, to hold compassion and mercy, and to help them address that pain to come to healing. And as we do this one by one individually, as we do this in groups, as we do this as a city collectively, all the pain is healed. We recognize that our unity is what we hold as truth, that the divisiveness is an illusion. And as we remember the unity, we just remember that all there is love. Everything is restored between us, in our property, in our hearts. We give great thanks for our creative potential and for the truth of this city being united, being here and now in this moment, through each of our collective acts of courage, friendship, and love. I release my word into the action of the law, knowing it is manifested with great love, with trust, and so it is. Amen.